Hello friends, today's topic is remuneration. So today we'll understand what is remuneration, what are wages, what is salary, factors affecting wages and salary administration. So then we will also understand the principles of sound wages and salary system. First, what is remuneration? So it is the amount of money paid for the work done. In a company, employees work for the work done by the employees. The company pays certain amount. We call it as remuneration. Remuneration may be in the form of wages or it may be in the form of salary. So what are wages? Wages are fixed regular payment typically paid on daily or weekly basis made by an employer to the employee, especially to a manual or unskilled worker. In a company, especially to the unskilled or manual worker, the company pays certain amount on daily or weekly basis. So we call it as wages. Next one is salary. What is salary? It is also a fixed regular payment typically paid on a monthly or bi-weekly basis but often expressed as an annual sum made by an employee to the employee, especially a professional or a white collar worker. So here, especially a professional or white collar worker, the company pays certain amount, especially on a monthly basis, and this is expressed as an annual sum. It means if an employee is getting 20,000 rupees per month, so per year it will be into 100 into 12, so it will be 2,40,000 rupees. So this is salary. So next point is, what are the factors affecting wages and salary administration? The first factor is ability to pay. The first factor is ability to pay. So here the ability of the company. If the company is making profit, if the company is making profit, so then the company can pay high salary. If the company is running into losses, so it may not be able to pay high salary or wages. So this is the first factor. Second factor is demand and supply. So here demand and supply of workers. So if demand for a particular type of skilled labor is more, if demand for that type of worker is more, so then if the supply is less, so then wages will be more. On the other hand, if the supply is more, if there are more number of a particular type of skilled laborers, so then there will be lower wages rate. So this is the second factor. Third factor is prevailing market rate. So here prevailing market rate means the amount of salary or wages paid in the industry. So for example, you are running a automobile company. Your company is A. So there is another company B. So the amount of salary and wages you pay to your employee will be based on the amount of salary paid to company B also. So prevailing rate means the amount of salary and wages paid to the other company. So that will also affect your salary and wages. The next factor is cost of living. Cost of living. So in any industries, wages are linked to the enterprise's cost of living, which ensures a fair wages to workers. The wage rates are directly influenced by the cost of living. So the point is very simple. If your company is in a city, so then the cost of living is obviously more. So if your company is situated near a village or near a small town, so then the cost of living will be low. So the cost of living also influences salary and wages in a company. Next point is bargaining power. So we all know trade unions, especially the trade union where there are more number of members, so that trade union will be a strong one. So a trade union that will also bargain with the companies, especially their bargaining will be or to hike the salary or to pay more wages for the employees. So bargaining power of trade union, it also affect the salary and wages. Last point is government legislation. So government brings laws. The laws passed under the labor policies by the government, passes legislations time to time. So they fix the minimum wages that should be paid to the employees. So these legislation, enacted by the government, these also affect the salary and wages paid in a company. Now we will understand principles of sound wages and salary administration. How a salary and wages administration should be in a company. What are the principles? The first principle is wages, wages policy should be wages. So wages policy should be developed keeping in view of the interest of the concern of employer, employee, and the consumer and the society. The company, the owners are the shareholders. So then the owners are of course employer or shareholders. So then the employees, those who are working, the consumer, so and the society. So the interest of these people should be kept in mind while formulating a salary or wages policy. Second principle is the salary or wages paid to the employees. So that wages policy plan, it should be sufficiently flexible. The wages policy should be flexible, because when a company is not doing well, it will be paying less salary. When a company is doing well, it can pay more salary. So that the amount of salary and wages paid to the employee should be flexible, so you can change it whenever you want. Third principle is effort should be made to ensure differences in pay for jobs based on variation in requirements such as skills and response. The point is very simple. If a job has more responsibility and the person who is working that job requires more skill, so he should be paid more salary. If a job involves less responsibility and less skills are required, so then the salary paid should be less. Next principle is these plans and programs should responsive to the changing local condition. So the environment changes. So these plans, wages and salary programs or plans should be they should change according to the condition, according to the environment. So for example, today we are facing lockdown due to coronavirus. So at this situation, the salary paid should be different. So next point is wages and salary plans should be simply administrative process. The salary and wages paid to the employee, that system, it should be as simple as possible. The administrative process should be very simple. Next point is workers should be associated as far as possible in formulating and implementation of the policy. When a company is making wage policy or salary policy, it should include the workers. The workers should be involved in formulating the policy related to salary and wages. The next principle is the reasonable, the general level of wages and salary should be reasonably in the line with the prevailing labor market. So again, the amount of salary you pay to your employee, it should be in line with the laborers who get in the other company of the same industry. Next point is the workers should receive guaranteed minimum wages. Again, the workers who are working in your company, they should get minimum wages, especially that is fixed by the government. Next principle is prompt payment. Of course, the company should make it sure that all the employees, they get the salary on time. There should not be any delay in making the payments. Last principle is the wages and salary payments must fulfill wide variety of human needs, including the needs of self-actualization. The employees who are working in a company, they have different needs. The salary paid to the employee should fulfill the needs of the employee. So these are the different principles of salary and wages system. So these principles should be followed while formulating the salary and wages policy. Thank you.